Hello everybody, my name is Ruby, and today I'll be teaching you how to use a glass pen. Subscribe and hit that like button. Okay, so this is what a glass pen looks like, and now I'll be teaching you a couple ways how you can use as ink. So the first one is these washable watercolors. I got mine from Crayola brand, but I think any brand will work. The second one is I put mine in a Tic Tac container because that's the only one I had, but you can really store it in anything. So what I did is I took a marker. It was mostly dried. It was just this purple marker. And then I kind of just dipped this end in some water. And then, not too much water. And then I also took out the back of here and the little tube in here and squished that out to get all the juice out, and then it came into this right there. And so it's basically just like the ink from the mark. Last one is this ink. It actually came with the glass pen that I bought. But I think that any ink, you can just search it up and buy it on Amazon, and it should. So if you're using watercolors as your source for ink, here's how you want to do it. I'm just going to open it up, and you'll find the watercolors. You can grab your paintbrush that, if you don't have one that came with it, then you can just grab a paintbrush, and then you can get a cup of water, stir it in there. You can also do this by sink, and you just kind of want to put it in the watercolors. Put the water in the watercolors. So as you can see I'm doing here. You might want to put your hand over it, but as you can see it's dripping water, and then I'm just going to drip it over another color. So that's how that works, and then I'm just going to clean off my brush and wipe it with some toilet paper. A paper towel would also work. So that's how you use the watercolors. Now, when you're using the watercolors, here is how you will add it on to your glass pen. Okay, so how will I be adding the watercolor is I will be dipping my paintbrush in a color. In this case, I'll just pick this color. It's a green. And then I'll be adding it just right around here. And then you can grab some more of the color. Make sure to not add too much, because if you do, then it will probably drip off and make a glob. Okay, now after I did that, I'm just going to grab my water and put my paintbrush in it and dry it. I'm going to use toilet paper, but you can use paper towels if you want. You just kind of do that to dry it off and get all the colors off. Okay, so now I have got this, and I will be showing you how to write. Alright, you're going to be holding the glass pen like how you would hold a pencil. Now, you're going to write with the tip of the glass pen. As you can see, it starts to fade a little. That is A. Okay, so if it starts to fade like this, then you can just go back to the watercolors, and you can grab the paintbrush again, put some water on it, and put it on to your pen. But make sure, because sometimes the problem would be that you don't have enough water in here. I have a lot of water in here, not too much though, but it's just kind of covering it, as you can see. So you want quite a lot of water, but not too much. If you have not a lot of water, then it will drip down your glass pen too easily, and if you make it too dense, then it will not write as well. So make sure you get that perfect. Now that I put some on, whatever you do, do not dip this glass pen directly into the watercolors, because that might ruin it, depending on how your glass pen is. Alright, so now we're going to finish writing this. So after, it would look something like that. So you can also do a lot of things. What is nice about watercolors when using it is that if you're using it for ink, it if you spiral it like that, it will come down easier than a lot of things like this, and you just go like that. The ink will shimmy down just like that, and you can write once again, which is an awesome thing about this glass pen. And then you can also color it in, stuff like that. That's what is really unique about glass pens, is that when you spin it, the ink just comes down, and it's also very satisfying watching it. Now you have two options when you're cleaning a glass pen. You can either dip it in the water and mix it around, just make sure you don't drop it in the water because it will break the point and you won't be able to use it again. Or you can grab some Windex, spray it on and wipe it off, which I'll show you. Okay, so I'm just going to be spraying this with some Windex. You can also dip it in the Windex if you have just grab a cup. Spin it around a little. Now you can grab a paper towel, but I'm using toilet paper. You're just going to go here. You're going to wipe just like you do with the paintbrush. And then I'm going to use a little bit more. So I'm going to grab the Windex again. And I'm going to spray some on here. And then again, you can kind of just soak it in there. You can also do this, wrap it around there a little. And then some glass pens will come with some cleaner. So then, as you can see, it is now clean and bright. You can, and as I said, some will come with glass cleaner. You can use that as well. So now that I've cleaned it, I can use another color with the watercolors. But instead of doing that, I will be showing you guys the one ink from the marker. So I got the glass pen. I'm just going to open the Tic Tac box, and I'm going to gently dip it in and stir it around a little and bring it back out. I'm just going to put it on the edges a little, dip it one more time, and then scrape it. Now I'll be writing with it. So this is going to be the one that has to do with the markers. This one does write really well, and I love it. That's what I love about this one. The only bad thing about it is that, as you can see, it kind of leaks a little. If I were to draw a line here, you can kind of see. So I don't think this paper would be the best to use the ink from the markers as well, but this one does write really smooth, and I do really love how this one writes. Using the ink that came with this glass pen. So I'm just going to open it. Now that that's open, I'm just going to set it down. Okay, so be careful because this one will get on your hands a lot, but it will come off. So you're just going to very gently dip the pen in it. Then you're going to bring it back out. Now you can't just start writing. You gotta kind of put it on the edges of the glass container. That's what I have with this ink, but you just kind of put it on the rim. And as you can see, that's how much ink it has. Now I'll be using the ink that came with this glass pen. So how you use the ink is you'll just gently put the glass pen in it, take it out. Now you can't just write with this because it will bleed through very badly. So you're just going to scrape some on the edges of the container that the ink came through. And after you're done with that, you will write. Okay, so now I will be showing you a couple of techniques to use with the glass pen. So I'm going to be writing my name, so in cursive. So once you're done with this, with the glass pen, a nice technique is like you can kind of shade it to make it look more 3D, or if you want it to be more bulk. In this case, I want mine to be more bulk, so I'm just going to outline the whole thing over again, and it will kind of just make it look more big and bulk how you would want it. Try not to make it too bulk though, because if you do, it may look bad. So as you can see, I made half of it bulk. The other half I will be using a different font, which I'll show you here in a minute. Okay, so the font that I will be doing for the other side is just kind of like this, where you kind of shade in these little open spots, and then like shade in this part, and like the inside of this. If you want to do the font that I was talking about though, you may need to do a bigger letter like that, because now that you have done that, you will just go back and kind of do that. Color that in, and then you can go over here and color that in. A lot of people like this font. I think it looks nice as well. It's very smooth, and it just looks good in general. I hope you have liked the video. Please, if you could, subscribe, and I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you for watching the video. See you all later. Bye-bye.